Oba and the River of Secrets. Long after the boy Oba carried the night and rose with the sun, his farm became the pride of the village. His yams were the fattest, his grains the richest, and no one went hungry when Oba's harvest was shared. The villagers who once whispered against him now bowed their heads with respect. But one year, a strange silence fell. The river that called through the village began to shrink. First it murmured softly, then it gurgled faintly, and then, one morning, the riverbed lay cracked and dry. Women who went to fetch water returned with empty calabashes. Hunters came back with parched lips. Children stared at the dust where fish once slept. The people began to murmur again. He has angered the spirits, they whispered. It is Oba's pride that has stolen the river. Ever since he rose, trouble has followed. Oba heard their words. His heart grew heavy, but he kept silent. That night, he sat by the dying riverbed. The stars above gave no comfort. He pressed his palms into the dust and whispered. Once, hunger was my burden. Now, suspicion is my shadow. If the river is gone, let me seek its truth myself. At dawn, Oba followed the cracked trail of the river upstream. Days he walked, with only roasted yam in his pouch. Nights he slept under trees, his ears filled with the howling of jackals. Yet his feet did not turn back. On the seventh day, Oba reached a place he had never seen before. There, the river did not end, it was bound. Thick logs and heavy stones blocked its path, turning its waters away into secret ditches. And in the distance, Oba saw fat fields, lush and green, belonging not to the people, but to the chief. Oba's chest burned. The river had not died. It had been stolen. But how could he speak? Who would believe him against the word of a chief? Still, Oba returned to the village. He stood in the square, and with a voice steady as a drum, he said, "The spirits are not angry. The river was taken. Follow me, and you will see." Some mocked him. Oba lies to hide his shame. But others, remembering the boy who once fed them, agreed to walk with him. Together they journeyed upstream. When they saw the logs and stones, when they saw the greedy fields of the chief, the truth struck them like lightning. The villagers raised their voices. Our river. Our life. The chief, frightened by their anger, tried to defend himself. I am your leader. I took it for your good. But the people answered. A leader does not drink while his people thirst. They tore down the logs. They rolled away the stones. With a roar, the river burst free, rushing back to its path, washing dust from the earth and thirst from their mouths. Oba stood on the bank, the spray wetting his face. He felt the river's voice in his chest, strong, unbroken, eternal. The elder of the village raised his staff and spoke. Once, Oba carried the night and rose with the sun. Now, he has unbound the river and given us life again. Let all remember, true greatness is not in harvest alone, but in courage to speak truth. And so, Oba's name grew louder than the drums of the festival. He was no longer only the boy of sorrow, nor only the man of plenty, he was the guardian of the river, the keeper of truth.